Hi, this is Tandy Gutierrez, and this is a super special bonus video shot especially for Sweaty Nation and my superhero challenge. Today we're going to do a little mini workout just for you that is kind of shaped around feeling like a superhero. And what do most superheroes do? They fly. So what do you have to have in order to fly? You've got to have great flight gear, core contraction and core strength. You've got to have incredible upper body strength so that the back of the body is active. And you've got to have a great flexibility and openness in the chest and the shoulders. So we'll go ahead and start. Go ahead and lay on your back. I'm all about multitaskers when you're working out because efficiency is key. We're all super busy in our day and you need things that hit top to bottom for each one. This is a big one. Bend your knees, plant your feet flat on the mat. Big toes are going to aim straight ahead. Roll the shoulders down and back and press through the backs of the shoulders. So you're already engaging your upper body and your upper back. Huge in order to get results in the arms. Take an inhale, exhale to really pull that belly button up underneath the rib cage. Inhale to scoop that belly button up underneath the rib cage. Exhale to try to hold it there and leave it there. Inhale to scoop that belly button up underneath the rib cage. Exhale to hold it there. Then you're just going to do a little tush squeeze, tuck your tailbone underneath you, and then let it release. Squeeze the tush, tuck it underneath you, let it release. 2 more times. Squeeze the tush and release. It'll release the low back a little bit. Squeeze the tush and then release. I want you to bend at the elbow. If you want to make a fist, if that's easier for you, you can. Press into the mat. You want to help use your upper back and the back of your arms as leverage. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes. Peel and lift it to a bridge position. Okay, so we're probably pretty familiar with bridge, but hold here, we're going to break it down a little bit. Lower the hips, lower than you think you should. It's going to feel a little rounded and a little hammocky. Tuck your tailbone under, then press the hips higher than you think you can. You're aiming for a reverse plank position here. So instead of feeling bowed and popped out in the ribs and the hips, you want to try to create that gorgeous line from knee to hip bone, ribs, and then shoulders. Push the back of the arms and the back of the shoulders into the mat. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Exhale to peel and melt down through the vertebrae one at a time. Feel like somebody poured warm water down the front of your body. Try to get the back of the ribs on the floor before the back of the belly button, before the bony part of the tush and the cushy part of the tush. Okay, you're going to do that again. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes. Tuck, peel, and articulate through your spine to the top. Rather than just pushing to the top, take some time. Once you get up there, drop the hips lower than you think you should. Tuck your tailbone under, press through the hips. You may get a pretty good stretch across the front of the thigh, that's a bonus, and in the hip. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears, press into the floor with the back of the arms, back of the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. With thoughtful consideration, peel and lower down through your spine one at a time. It's going to feel very rounded and very tucked as you come down. Try to get the back of the belly button on the floor before your tush. Okay? One more time. Take an inhale. Exhale to tuck, peel, and squeeze the glutes. You are powering from your glutes, which is awesome because you're going to build strength and get a little booty lift there. Hamstrings have got to do a ton of work. Press through the big toe, the baby toe, and the heel equally. Once you're at the top, drop your hips and your tush. Booty's usually down here. Tuck your butt under. Scoop through the pelvis to get the stretch across the front of the body. Drive the back of the arm into the floor, squeeze through the shoulder blades, squeeze down in the armpit for 3, 2, 1. Peel and roll down through your spine. Nice and easy. The spine will warm up over time, okay? You're going to come up to your bridge position. Again, take an inhale. Exhale, tuck, peel, and lift to the top. Stay here. Then lift your arms in line with the hips. Bend at the elbows. Roll the shoulders down and back. Drive through the sole of the foot super, super hard. Then start your pumping for your hundreds here. Inhale and exhale. So if you do Pilates, and you do Pilates with me often, hundreds are just part of the game, right? If you haven't done them in this bridge position yet, it's a huge multitasker. You want to try to pump in front and behind the leg, okay? It can be small, but don't pump down here. You want to go front and back of the body. If you need the pumps to be smaller, that's fine. Just don't get a lot of wiggle forward and back in the body. Inhale to scoop up through the belly. Exhale to knit through the ribs. Inhale to scoop through the belly. Exhale, knit through the ribs. Tuck your tush. One more inhale. And exhale, lower the arms. Then slowly articulate and roll down through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. You're gonna hug both knees in towards your chest, okay? Give a little rock side to side. Then hug one knee in towards your chest. Outside hand on the ankle, inside hand on the knee. Other leg goes out to 45 degrees. Take an inhale. Exhale to curl up. Dig in on those arms. Pull that knee in towards your chest best you can. Lift that leg a little bit. Don't let it go too low. Then switch and switch. Switch and switch. Grab the leg. Open up the hips. That hug is a great hip stretch, a great low back release. Let's do 4. 4, elbows up. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Rest and lower down. From here, knit your fingers together, put them behind your head and neck. The knees are going to come to their tabletop position, okay, glued together. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up over the ribs. Good old crisscross. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Switch sides. Keep it slow and thoughtful, thinking about folding from internal to external oblique rather than rocking and rolling from side to side. Small and mighty. Quality over quantity. Okay, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Lower down, hug the knees in towards your chest, okay? Take an inhale. Exhale to curl up over the ribs and hold, okay? Take the tiniest ball you can possibly make. Arms and legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling and hold. Then you're going to lower your legs down as far as you can, but no lower than 45. Then take the arms back by the ears. Circle the arms around and hug in. Inhale to go straight up. Exhale to lower the legs. Then take another breath, lower the arms. Circle and hug in. Okay, 2 more times. Reach straight up, lower the legs, lower the arms, circle in. Keep the belly nice and low as you go. The goal is to feel the belly sink as the arms and legs move, and in and rest and lower. Okay, from here, knees come to your tabletop position, arms go long down by your side. Take an inhale. Exhale to curl up over the ribs. Dead bugs, not a pretty name, but create a very pretty core. Opposite arm, opposite leg. That same angle of making a gorgeous martini glass. Belly goes down as the arms and legs go out. Okay, inhale to reach. Exhale it back in. Inhale to reach. Exhale it in. Inhale to reach. You want to be able to see your arm or your periphery vision. You don't want it to go past your ear. Last set. Reach. Relax the shoulders. Maybe smile a little bit. Reach. And bring it back in. Hug the knees. Rock on up to seated, okay? So you're going to move to where one leg can go out to the side of the body. The other leg is just folded in a comfortable position. Before you go anywhere, you want to feel like you've got equal weight on both of your sits bones. Flex through the foot, lift through the belly. So if this knee is farther up here, totally fine. If you want to put a pillow or a blanket, something to prop it underneath, that's great too. So the big deal here is not where this heel is, not where this knee is. Can you get equal weight on both of your sits bones? Okay, so the only bones in your butt, you don't want to feel like you're sitting on one side or the other. Okay, inhale, lift through the belly. Exhale, knit through the ribs. Take the hands behind the head and neck. Roll the shoulders down and back. So again, this upper back strength that we need to fly and to feel like superhero. Squeeze the shoulder blades down. Squeeze down in the armpit. Okay, then you're going to try to go to the side, but only as far as you can keep that booty cheek and that sits bone on the ground, and then lift up. What does that mean? This tush, don't let it lift off the floor. Okay, inhale to reach, exhale up. So it almost feels like you've been kind of squished between 2 panes of glass, or maybe you've been cryogenically frozen, since we're superheroes, right? And then come up, You can do 3 more. Inhale to reach up and over, and that doesn't mean it needs to be as grand or go to the floor, okay? It means that you're gonna work with your body and listen to your body and go as far as it can go, and use your core to come back. One more time. Inhale over, and exhale up, okay? And then switch legs. Also, unlace, relace the hands the weird way. Put them behind your head and neck. And you went, oh, that feels weird. Okay? Shift to get equal weight on your sits bones. Tuck your tailbone under just slightly so that you feel your core. So you don't want your back bowed out. Pull the rib cage in. Squeeze down in the armpit. Squeeze together in the shoulder blades. Then you're going to reach over to that side best you can, trying to keep that opposite sits bone on the ground and lift up. Okay? Big deal with Pilates is this, is that lift in the belly button initiates all of your movement. So even when you're coming back, lift your belly button before anything else moves. That's the big deal. That's what core contraction is, and moving from your core, which means things will stay super safe. No injuries, no weird quirks, but they'll also get really toned and really strong because they're all connecting. Okay? One more time. Inhale to lengthen over the side of the body, only go as far as that other booty cheek can stay on the ground. Exhale, lift through the belly to bring you back, okay? Arms come down, roll the shoulders down and back. Then you're gonna lay on one side of the body. Arm goes out long. You're actually in one long straight line today. So if you're used to working out with me on pimpyourmat.com, oftentimes we're in this kind of V position. Today you're in one long straight line. Roll the top shoulder down and back, spider fingers here in front of you. Take an inhale. Exhale to lift both legs off the mat, and they don't need to be very high. Then open up that top leg. Feet are flexed, which is really weird. Lower that bottom leg, try to close it to the top leg. Lower and lift. And in fact, you want that top leg a little out of reach so that you have something to strive for. So you make sure you're getting that inner thigh. Lift and squeeze. Okay, tuck your tailbone under, protect your low back. Power from your belly and your core. 2 more. 2 and 1. Okay, then you lower everything down. Squeeze through the inner thighs, point through the toes. Roll that shoulder down and back, tuck your tailbone under. Take an inhale. Exhale, try to lift both legs and lower. And lift and lower. Lift and lower. Okay, you're going to do 7, 6, try to resist the urge of rolling. 5, lift through the belly. Scoop through the abdominals. 4, rather than hauling from the hip or from the back. 2 and 1. Great. Rest, flip to the other side, okay? So, body's in one long straight line. You're going to start with the feet flexed today. Just rest your head and your neck because you don't want to tweak them in any kind of funky manner. Spider tip the fingers, roll the shoulders down and back. Tuck the tailbone under, squeeze through your core. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift both legs and hold. Then lift that top leg. Feet are flexed. Inhale down with that bottom leg, exhale up. So remember, you want that top leg just slightly out of reach because you want to have something to strive for. You also want to feel like you're really lifting through that inner thigh and powering from your belly. 5, 4, tuck your tailbone under. 3, 2, 1, and then lower everything down. Point through the toes, tuck the tailbone under, take an inhale. Exhale to lift and lower. Both legs lift and lower. Try to feel that scoop from your tush so that it kind of hollows out through the low belly and that you're getting core work rather than just kind of messing with your back. 4, 3, 2, relax your shoulders, and 1, lower down, okay? Roll to your belly. Stack one hand on top of the other, let your feet open to the corners of the mat. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Squeeze down in the armpit, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Lift through the elbows, then press your hands and your forehead to come up and lower down. Okay? Wouldn't be a superhero workout if you're not actually going to do extensions in that flying position, right? Okay, one more like this. Squeeze the shoulder blade, squeeze the armpit down, lift the elbow. Press your pubic bone into the floor to lift up and then rest. Switch which hand is on top so that we're even. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the armpit down. Press the pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Lift the elbows, press the hands into your forehead to lift and lower. So what we're teaching your body to do as you lift the elbows and press the hands into your forehead is to really power from the upper back rather than haul in the head and the neck, which makes your low back hurt and doesn't create strength in the body. Press back over your heels in child's pose. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen out again. Good old Superman extensions, here we come. Arms are out to the corners of the mat. Feet are out to the corners of the mat. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Inhale to lift and lower. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Inhale to lift and lower. One more plane like that. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Lift and lower. Then you're going to lift and hold. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Lift and hold. Squeeze down in the armpit, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Point through the toes so the entire leg kicks on. Inhale to see if you can lift higher, and exhale to hold it. Inhale to lift higher, exhale to hold it. Inhale to try to lift higher, exhale to lower all the way down. Press back over your heels in child's pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out. Your arms can come as close to parallel as possible, as long as your shoulders are away from your ears. Same Superman extension. Press your pubic bone to the floor, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift your body up. If the arms aren't straight, that's fine. Make them as straight as you can. Then start your paddling for your swimming. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Sliding the shoulders away from your ears, squeezing down in the armpit, trying to squeeze your glutes and press your pubic bone into the floor. Inhale and exhale. One more in and out. Rest and lower. Take the hands underneath the armpit. Spread the fingertips super wide. Tuck the toes underneath. And if you need more support, take them wide to the corners of the mat. If you want the most challenge, bring them narrow together. Before you go anywhere, tuck your tailbone, scoop through the pelvis. Then try to float to the top of your plank. It may or it may not work, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the feet wide. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Sit back over your heels in child's pose. Give the low back a tiny little rest. Rest through the head, okay? So you're going to go back to your plank position. You can either hold good old regular plank, or you can hold the wide plank, or you're coming with me for a little variation. If you're coming with me for the variation, fingers need to be spread really wide, and you don't want them to be sliding or slick or sweaty, okay? So from here, feet go wide if you're coming with me. If you're just gonna hold your plank, you can choose any variation that you know works for your body. If you're coming with me, you're gonna pick up one hand and one foot. 3, 2, 1. The whole idea was being a superhero today, right? Lift up whichever works for you first, hand or leg. I'm certainly not going to be picky on this one. And then come back. Plus I can't see you. Then do it again. One arm, one leg. Lower down. Last time. Arm and leg. So you got to squeeze down in the armpit. You got to lift up through the belly. Squeeze and tuck under in your tush. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bend to the knees. Sit back over heels in child's pose. If that cross balance, single arm, single leg doesn't make you feel like a superhero, I am not sure what will. 4, 3, 2, 1. Peel and thoughtfully roll up through your spine. Head's the last thing to come up. Roll those shoulders down and back. Stay in a seated position. Just squeeze the shoulder blades together for 3, 2, and 1. And release. Remember, every time you get on the mat, every time you're on the mat with Pimp Your Mat, it's always about meeting yourself where you're at today. If things are a little tight, a little sticky, that's just where they are. The goal is not to be able to do what I do, it's to be able to do the most and the best of what your body is capable of today. So I show you a big range of motion, and then you get to pick where it is that you can go today. And if you have trouble figuring out the variations for your body, or things just kind of aren't working, or things are grumpy, or there's an injury and a consideration that you need help with, you can always email me and I will walk you through the right variation or how to get to a variation that works for your body. It's Tandy@pimpyourmat.com, and thank you for feeling like a superhero with me today.